Hello,
Popular
John.
John Ubi.
Hello, John.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah.
And me.
And me. I want to join in as well.
Still waiting for some.
Yeah, they're on the way. I'm letting people in one by one by one.
Okay.
Are they paying their gate fee?
Shall I put a pot by the gate?
Oh dear.
I don't know why people don't like attending training, mental health training. It's good for your health.
It's not even training, is it? It's more
It's
like
not even a training,
discussion.
it's an awareness.
Yeah.
So some people asking questions, some of them, you know them, maybe mention their names if I will. Like, oh, is Cassie going to be asking me questions? Like, keep your camera on. I want to see you. I said, no, it's not that kind of training.
It's not that kind of
It's not
training.
that kind of training. It's a freelance training. I mean, it's for your own good and awareness. I'm like, okay, I will join now.
Because actually, it's up to them if they want to come or not. No, you know,
It's up to them. But right now, I'm being...
Kathy, I think that little man is talking about me.
So it's about them, but now I'm forcing people to join. I'm forcing people, like literally forcing people.
I know you must have rung around and forced people to join and to come
like,
today.
what the hell? You have to join this training. I don't care.
Because time is money in the UK, man. Time is money.
What else would you be doing now if you weren't here?
Watching football.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're watching it anyway.
Kathy, are you a psychic?
I can see your eyes keep going. You keep watching something.
Why are you looking into my eyes, Kathy?
I was looking at you. I was looking at everybody. I wasn't picking you out, especially.
John, why are you covering your eyes? Because they mentioned eyes.
So do you guys all know each other?
Yeah.
Yeah? John, you know everybody?
I don't know these people.
Oh.
John is the former president of
I
Ghana.
I know them.
Of Ghana?
Yeah.
Can I ask
John
him about
Kufuor.
his jollof rice then?
No, he's
John-
winding you up. He's winding you
John
up.
Kufuor is the former president of Ghana.
So how long do you want to wait, Ufo, for the others? You're muted, sorry.
Okay. Maybe 15 minutes.
15 minutes? We're only here an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm bringing up some people and they're saying they're
It's
joining
fine.
now.
It's okay.
All right.
All right. 15 minutes then. 15 minutes.
Yeah, you've got time to go and do something, haven't you? You've got 15 minutes of football to watch. Maybe it'll be half time by then.
Cup of tea. A nice cup of tea.
I've just made a nice cup of tea.
Oh, dear. I'm not going for myself now.
I'm prepared.
Yep.
I don't know what Okko said to John, but he's gone now.
He'll come back. He'll come back. He has to come back. Sorry.
He has to come back. You've threatened him to come back.
Kathy?
Yes.
Why don't you always do other trainings like PBS and the rest of them?
Why don't I do all your other training like PBS?
Why are you not qualified to do like other training like PBS?
I do positive behavior support. I do PBS.
You do PBS, but not the physical one, yeah?
But not physical. What? Nothing. No, nothing physical.
Okay. Do you do team teach?
Pardon?
Do you do
team teach? Yeah.
Like how about this one? Like that one they call
team teach.
Adverse childhood experience, stuff like that.
I don't do that. I've heard of it, but I don't do it.
How about safeguarding? Advanced safeguarding.
I do safeguarding, children and adults.
I mean, like the advanced one, yeah?
Well, it's level 3.
You do that one as well. Safeguarding.
And child protection.
You do what?
Child protection.
Oh, okay. Safeguarding's all right.
To be fair, the child protection, I've only ever done it in Wales, so it is slightly different in England.
Is it?
Yeah.
For a child, isn't it? The children all need protection. Whether in Nigeria or in Ghana or in the UK.
Do they have child protection in Nigeria and Ghana?
I'm sure every country has child protection.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Child Rights Act is it's an international instrument, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So
but people have to be aware of it, don't they?
Yeah.
Who is it on the iPhone 16 Pro? I don't need you to show me yourself or anything like that if you don't want to, but I just need to know who it is so that you can get a certificate afterwards. Could you just change that to your name, please?
Well, I'm not sure I know how to, and seeing as I'm currently driving, I really can't do much.
Oh, sorry, is that Annie?
Yes, that's Annie speaking.
That's okay, Annie. I can see it's you. I can see your name there, but somebody's calling themselves iPhone 16 Pro.
Annie can't afford iPhone 16 Pro. He's a poor man, so it can't be Annie.
I'm a poor woman.
I think Annie should have like iPhone 11.
I'm richer than you, bro. Shut the
iPhone
fuck
11 or iPhone 12. Annie,
bro.
I say you can't have iPhone 16 Pro.
I'm having a 5.
I'm good to have you here, brother.
To have you here too, sir. You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm all right.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Good, man.
How's
Thank you, Brandon.
Well? Family is good, brother.
All right, then.
Good, man. So how many of us are here, though? We have like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of you.
Well, not bad.
It's better than the last one.
Do you guys know what happened? Yeah, John left because I said 15 minutes. So he wanted to go and come back after 15 minutes. I'm like,
so he's
no,
going to come.
that's not what I meant. I meant like this.
That was your error. He's coming down. He's here now.
Like, John, where are you going? Come back. This is mad.
You thought you'd disappear for 15 minutes, John?
I'm back.
We all love our breaks, don't we?
Can I go as well?
What for?
Annie,
Where do you want to go?
Annie, you go nowhere, man.
For 15 minutes.
No. The 15 minutes started a long time ago.
It's almost over. You know, most people, especially most people don't think they have mental health problem.
Do we?
There's still quite a few names on here that aren't here. Do you think they're coming?
Yeah, I could just let me just make some calls. I can see.
I think there's traffic. They are running late.
It's not like. You know, I went somewhere.
Kathy?
I went to a park and I saw an inscription. Which letter of the alphabet has the highest volume of water?
Which letter of the alphabet has the
has
highest volume of water?
I'm like, what's that? So I had to start saying A, B, C, D, C. Oh, C. Okay. It's C.
Oh, yeah.
So, just like because they are running late for online training. They could run late anyway. They are using 3G. They'll just join the meeting or the whole thing when we are done. John, you can have a cup of tea. You look stressed.
Have a cup of tea. I'll pay for it.
Thank you.
You have only 2 kids. I don't know why you're so stressed. You have only 2. I mean, it'll be 2 you get.
Including their mother, 3.
That's a lot of work.
Kathy, why are you not
That's-
laughing at this? This is
That's the
funny.
one that those are the ones he knows about. 2 seconds, excuse me a minute.
Yeah.
Are you calling anybody?
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not calling anybody. I was just answering my son.
Okay.
I told him he's not my problem anymore. He got married last week, so it's his wife's problem now, not mine.
Have you stopped being his mom?
No.
So it's still a
He
problem.
never
Then.
let me stop being his mum, but that's why I've got nice nails. Otherwise, I'd just be normal.
So that means it's still a problem then.
It's always my problem, isn't it? Your children are always your responsibility, no matter
that is
what.
correct. It doesn't matter what they achieve. They are 3 years.
I think I've called one more person. I think that's okay. And crack on.
Okay.
There's no harm in keeping your video on. Tell me, you're a fine man.
I know, no, I didn't feel
Greetings, everybody.
Greeting somebody.
Me?
I'm here now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, very useless boy.
These are quite bad.
Jesus Christ.
That your meme went everywhere, went viral.
Stickers have been banned, unfortunately, and that was like my best means of
I
communication.
don't want it. I don't want it. You keep it.
It has to be banned, otherwise people will forget how to write.
People
Nah, I
have already
never forget
forgotten how
how
to
to
write
write.
because we type everything and it corrects us incorrectly.
Okay,
I
yeah.
never forget how to
Right
write,
now,
actually.
people have nearly forgotten how to write. So what's going to happen now is that people will forget how to type. So because now most communication now is either through emoji or memes.
My son says that I'm rude
write,
when I
so-
type.
That you're
He
rude when
says
you
that I'm
type.
rude when I
It's,
type because I'm blunt. But you know, when everyone says, hello, how are you? I hope you are well. I want to organise some just to ask me what do you want. I want some training on. So
Mr. Tommy Kingsley.
Yes, boss. Greetings to you, sir.
Man, good to see you.
Good to see you, boss.
You all right, mate?
It's like 20 years later.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
okay, shall we make a start then?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. Some of you know me. I'm Kathy. Been training for a long time. Oh, sorry, my ears went all of a sudden there. We're here this evening to learn a little bit more about mental health and also to give you some signposts to places that might be able to help either you or somebody you know if they are suffering with poor mental health. Obviously, I'd like to see you, but I'm not going to force anybody to put on their cameras. Please feel free to ask any questions. If you don't want to verbalise the questions, then please write them in the chat box and I'll pick them up from there. Okay? I would like everyone to, you can participate as much or as little as you like, but obviously this is for your benefit. And so we'd like all of you to participate. Sorry, I lost my PowerPoint. There we go. So we're here to learn a little bit more about mental health. Mental health conditions affect people of all ages and all backgrounds. And understanding the latest statistics can help highlight the scale of the issue and the importance of accessible, effective support. I just want to ask you the question here. Do you feel that there is adequate support? Do you feel that support is accessible? In your experience or the experience of people that maybe you've supported or family members or friends, do you actually feel that support is there and it is accessible?
Can I give it a go?
Yeah, sure, please do.
Yeah, for me, I think support is accessible. The bigger question is if people actually know that they have mental health issues enough for them to
Okay.
get support.
Mhm. So you think people themselves don't recognize that actually there is a problem?
Yeah, a lot of persons have not diagnosed what the problem is, first of all.
Okay.
So,
I think that's a valid point, isn't it? That we all assume, oh yeah, I'm okay. And maybe a couple of days you feel a bit low, but still you don't think then, oh, I've got a mental health problem or I'm feeling low. You just think, oh, I'll be all right in a few days, and then you'll come out of it and then you'll potty along and then potentially drop again.
yeah.
Okay. I just want to share some statistics with you because I think they do highlight the problem. It's not playing ball. I've been using my laptop for training all day and I do apologise, but it's not playing ball. There we go. So I think some of these figures are actually quite startling in the amount that they are. So approximately 1 in 4 adults in England will experience a mental health problem each year. 1 in 4, that's a quarter of the population of adults are going to experience a mental health problem. Would you agree with that statistic
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
your experience?
Well, in our experience, I
I
think
think so.
probably higher.
Okay.
Oh,
So this is coming back to you saying then, Tommy, that people don't recognise the fact that they've got a problem.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Women are more likely than men to experience common mental health problems, with 20.7% of women and 13.2% of men affected. Would you agree with that? And if you do, why is it that?
Women worry about everything. I mean, whether they are supposed to worry about it or not. So it's only natural that they tilt towards that direction more than men.
Do you think?
I think to an extent, anyway. I'm not generalizing, but yeah.
No, but I mean, we all have different experiences, and if that's what in your experience, I possibly think that maybe it's because men don't come forward.
Yeah,
But
that's what I wanted to say. Maybe because men tend to bottle up a bit more than the women, and I know
why
more.
do you think men tend to bottle it up a bit then?
I don't know.
Societal perception.
Yeah, and like Tommy rightly said, I believe women have too many issues to worry about. Women want to get married. Women want to have children. They even worry about their own husband. So they take the whole
I
burden of
swear.
worrying on their head. Like right now, Kathy, your son is married, but you still worry about him, don't you?
Not on, I mean, to be honest, my son's 33, so he doesn't really need me to be worrying about him. He's quite old enough to make all his own decisions.
Yeah, but you know, women have so much to worry about, and then so it's not surprising that the percentage of women who have mental health challenges is a bit
Okay, I
higher.
can only tell you from my experience, I've got 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl, and it's actually my son who has suffered with his mental health, and my daughter hasn't. My son's the oldest. Whether that has got something to do with it, maybe as an older sibling, you feel that you need to be supportive and looking after the younger siblings, maybe. But people have poor mental health for lots and lots of reasons, and his was the fact that he was worried about failing in his exams, and every time the exams came along, he had very, very bad symptoms. So much so, the fact that he used to be throwing up. And when he was leaving uni, the professor said to him, I think you're not in a state to take your exams today. You should come back and take them another day. And he said, no, the reason I'm like this is because I'm worrying about my exams. And he actually took his exams and he came out with a first. But I don't think we can say, I don't think these statistics really show the true representation. So young women aged 16
If I may ask, Kathy, like
Yeah.
the experience you just shared now, does that qualify as mental health? If somebody's being nervous about
Yes,
his exam.
it was acute anxiety.
Oh, okay.
And anxiety is mental health.
Okay.
So that actually, of course, thank you. That's a valid point, isn't it? Do people actually understand what poor mental health is?
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't just a case of being a little bit nervous. It overrode everything else to the extent that he was giving him physical symptoms.
Yeah.
I think that's
Go on.
like you said, that's a valid point to discuss, because a lot of people would assume that when you talk about mental health, it's when there's evidence of someone probably losing their mind or losing their faculties or something. That's where you can say, oh, probably this person is not mentally all right. That's the only way, but it's more than that. It could be common to like anxieties, anxiousness,
Stress that we suffer from is poor mental health.
Mm.
So,
And also, I think with people, maybe, sorry, go on, Tommy.
Okay, so health generally, I just want to understand because I think I need clarifications here now. So health generally has like different parts. There's the physical, emotional, psychological, mental. And by virtue of what we're doing, like our profession, we're majorly dealing with mental health. Now, this is my question. I understand that every aspect of health somehow must stay in place for a person to be referred to as being healthy. If we say anxiety, stress, emotional release, like getting upset or getting too excited and all that affects mental health, at what point does that mental health become a problem enough for us to pay attention to it? Because if we go by the definition we're trying to establish, that obviously means everybody has a mental health problem. So at
Well,
what
we all
point...
do have mental health, don't we? It's whether
Yeah.
it
So
becomes a problem.
when is it a problem so much that it now needs attention from like a medical practitioner or a mental health assessor or something like that? So how do we clearly delineate that boundary, please?
So it will be when your problems are interfering with your normal everyday life.
Okay, but is it possible that your mental health doesn't affect every other aspect of well-being on daily
It's not, it
basis?
doesn't, no, okay, so just as you said, we have our physical health and we have mental
Right.
health. And when people look at people, physically, if you've got a COPD and you're on a pump, or if you broke your leg or something like that, it's physical and people can see that and they are sympathetic to that, aren't they? And that's a problem with mental health, is people can't see it. And there are people with poor mental health who manage to function on a day-to-day basis. Okay, but it's when they recognize that actually this isn't normal behavior, that they are almost acting a part out during the day, and then they come home and they're a completely different person at night because all their effort has gone into trying to maintain what would be classed as a normal day-to-day activity. Okay, so it's really when things start to impact on somebody's day-to-day activities.
Okay.
And for some people, it might take a long time for them to think, oh, maybe I need to do something. And then for other people, they'll just collapse and they will need help immediately. So everybody's different, isn't it? We've all got different, like you have different pain thresholds. It's the same with your mental health. I mean, I come from a family where there's been poor mental health generally way back before my parents, even with my grandparents. And I say I'm very lucky that I haven't suffered with my mental health. Whereas there's lots of, but then, my son has, so it sort of jumped a generation and it suffered with him. And I'm not saying it is genetic or hereditary, but there is a theme there that it can run in families. I just want to go to the next one here now. Young women aged 16 to 24 are at the highest risk, with 28.2% experiences a common mental disorder. Why should young women of that age be the highest risk, in your opinions?
I think it might have to do with growing up.
Yeah.
Assuming, taking on more responsibilities and, growing into the society and getting to realize that, oh, there's so many expectations on you and most of them aren't ready for that. And so it tends to affect.
So a lot of it comes from peer pressure, doesn't it, also at that age?
Yeah, peer pressure. Yeah.
And also lots of things like Facebook, TikTok, all of Instagram, all of those things where lots of women are photoshopping their pictures, lots of celebrities are photoshopping their pictures so that everybody looks perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. But I think a lot of younger girls aspire to be like their, their celebrity followers, etc.
For the ladies within this age range, because I know I'm not a lady, but a lot of ladies tend to push a lot of things about their emotions and mental health towards hormonal coordinations and things like that. So can we also say this phase of their lives where they're like transitioning from teenagers to adulthood, does medical implication has anything to do with their mental health, like the hormones things and all of that?
I
Can that
think
also affect?
hormones can come into it. And I also think we have to look at a different angle of this here. You may have youth mental health is tremendous. There's so much mental health going on with the youth of today. And one of the problems that we have here in the UK is there isn't really a good enough link from children's services to adult services. So sometimes you get younger people, and particularly to women who are in care, and they come to that 18, 19 where they're leaving children's services. Sometimes it's even 16, and there isn't that link there to take them through to the adult services. You can get lost in the procedure, and you're going to pick up that sort of age group there, aren't you, from that? What about the next one then? Black or Black British individuals have a higher rate of psychotic disorders compared to white individuals.
Psychotic disorders.
Is that true?
It's true statistic.
Someone would say, who made these statistics?
I was just about asking.
Well, these statistics are gained from various different Google websites with referencing, so they're not just been picked out of the air.
I think
A lot of these come from Mind and other organisations that deal with mental health.
There are still
I
theories
think it's
that
limited
say
to.
probable, can be argued. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
think it's limited to blacks like Oko.
Oh wow.
Well,
I mean, within your own groups, though, do you think that is incorrect then?
Well, like Annie said,
In your own experiences?
Kathy, it might be correct. You can imagine what Annie is saying right now. That is someone suffering from psychotic disorder. An example of a black man suffering from psychotic disorder.
Who needs mental health assessment?
Because that will really help us to know better.
well, it can be a correct statistics because when you say black, when you're talking black, you're talking Africa, and to an extent, Africa is the poorest continent.
But also it's a Caribbean, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to doubt these statistics because they're empirically verified.
Yeah.
So,
They're still very small amounts, aren't they?
yeah.
Caribbeans are black as well. I mean, Jamaicans,
Yeah,
they're from the Haiti and all. Yeah. So
yeah, but
it's not only Africa.
Yeah, but also these places mentioned are also not very rich regions. They are also languishing in poverty.
So has economic status got anything to do with psychosis?
But these here,
Yes,
these are
poverty,
British
okay.
figures, okay? These are UK figures. These are people living here in the UK.
Growing up in poverty and not having a proper upbringing due to poverty can also affect your mental health.
Yeah, I agree
You
with
see,
you.
I think I might disagree with you in the fact that I would have thought, being brought up in poverty, that you're actually going to suffer more with your physical health.
But Kathy, if you, for example, let's take Bristol into perspective. If you go to these poor areas like Stapleton Road, St. Paul's, and all those areas where poor people live, you see that black people there have issues with this thing we're talking about.
Why is John laughing? Did you live in St. Paul's?
As compared to other posh places, so poverty contributes. If you go to these poor areas, you see people are having serious mental health problems.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree with you. In actual fact, it's But again, that's not just why it should be black or black British, is it? Because I'm sure there are white people also living in those areas.
Yeah, but from statistics, the black guys are more. It's not because there are no white guys having the same problem, but it shows that the black guys suffer more.
Another thing. What's psychotic disorder? I mean, what's the situation where someone can actually get this? Is it just poverty, or because I don't think
So when we're talking about psychotic disorders, we're usually talking about things more serious than just, and I'm not saying that depression isn't serious, but we can have different levels of depression. But with these, it seems to be taken to the nth account. So rather than not just looking at maybe, lots of people say, oh, I'm depressed, I've got depression, or I'm stressed. This is when it goes into probably something that's going to get them a diagnosis of a mental condition. So clinical depression, it could be schizophrenia, it could be oh my goodness, I can tell I've been working a long time today. What are some of the other mental conditions that you've come across? Bipolar in particular. With people with bipolar, they can have bipolar for years and years and years before it's even noticed that it is that. There are people living with bipolar who refuse to take medication because they think it changes who they are.
See, the problem with black people is massive, especially because of the wicked combination of religion to causes a problem. I could tell you my experience when I was in Nigeria that the pastor asked all the church members to come with with machetes and cutlasses to church to kill the devil. So when we all turn up in church with cutlasses, with machetes in church, and we're praying and cutting the devil, don't you think that's a mental problem for us? That is psychosis. That is a mental health challenge. That you believe you are cutting the devil with the machete in church.
Let me cut you short. I saw something on the internet. So people who were expected to be raptured yesterday.
Yeah.
That was very, very funny. Like,
so you see why we cannot
scenario,
doubt the statistics.
Is the psychotic person, is it the pastor or the people?
No, everybody is affected because it's mental health.
I think it's just people being misled. I don't think that.
I think you're right. It is. It's almost being radicalized, isn't it?
Yeah.
Indoctrination, radicalized. Okay, what about this then? So in 2023, there was 6,069 suicides registered in England and Wales, which equates to 14.4 deaths per 100,000 people, the highest rate since 1999. Why? Why are there so many suicides?
Because times are hard,
Times are hard. Austerity measures everywhere.
People are going through a lot, and people cannot really, they can't stand, they can't endure. So people are just, and partly is mental health also. People are going through a lot, Kathy.
But why do people allow it to become so bad that they feel the only way out is suicide?
That's like a window of escape. Once you lose hope, you don't have a reason to stay anymore.
You see that as being your release, and you weren't going to have any problems anymore. And actually, suicide is a very selfish thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's self-satisfying to the person who committed it. It's only a problem to those who have to live with the fact that they lost somebody.
Did you say suicide is selfish?
Yes. I agree with you. I agree with that.
Yeah, because you don't think about the people that
you're leaving behind. Like
that's why I said it's self-satisfying to the person who commits it, but to the people he or she leaves behind, well, they have to deal with it.
You read stories of a father who has like 3 kids or 4 kids, 3 young kids committing suicide. What's going to happen to these children? So you don't think about the kids.
You don't think about the family that you left behind.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. They'll get benefits, innit?
Well, okay, let me explain something then that some of you have known me a long time, but my first husband actually committed suicide.
Oh, dear.
He took his own life in the car at home in our garage. And he left me with my son, who at the time was 18 months old. There was no warning, nothing. I just came home from work one day. He didn't come home from work, and his boss phoned up looking for him. And that's when I went looking, and I found him in the garage. And he'd actually been in there all day. Now he took my son to nursery, and he came home and he killed himself in the garage with when we didn't have catalytic converters and the hose pipe in the car. There was no warning, there was no note, He just
Oh,
did it. Who knows why he did it? There was an
That's it.
inquest, and the inquest said that he'd actually tried it 16 years before I even met him. He was in Switzerland and he threw himself in front of a taxi, but the taxi stopped. He didn't do anything that he wanted. And even the GP at the time said that she didn't realise he was so depressed, or he would have been sectioned. So I'm only telling you this because people can hide what they're
yeah,
feeling.
yeah,
So you can't just tell by looking at somebody that they are fit and well.
that's
That's why
correct.
it's always important to have conversations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People go through a lot, Kathy. That is true. Really
It's
sorry to hear
okay.
that,
It's a
Kathy.
long time ago. It's a long time ago, and I've dealt with it.
But that's
But
something you
I
can.
couldn't
Yeah,
understand at the time how he could have done that, leaving me. I mean, I could understand how he would leave me, but how could he leave his son, who he worshipped? But he did, because he must have thought, and who knows, because he never said, but he must have thought that we would be better off without him, and I think that's quite sad. But that's what it is.
mm.
And also, there are many more men than women that take their own life. Why do you think more men than women take their own life?
Because they are
Well,
selfish.
Being a man
Or
is not
maybe they
easy.
are selfish, but I think that they don't feel they can ask for help. They don't want to look inadequate, that they can't manage, and so they don't ask for help.
yeah,
There's just so much pressure on the
It's the
male child.
billing. It's the billing.
There's
The male
just the
children
truth
showed a lot
is
of pressure.
Hang on a second. Tommy, hang on a second. I will come back to you. Annie, what are you saying?
I said the male folk, the male species, we handle a lot of pressure from external pressure we put on ourselves, pressure speaking as an African, pressure from family, pressure
black
from
tax.
I mean there's a lot of billing on the male folk. And some people are not just what's the word, emotionally and psychologically strong enough to shoulder these pressures, and the caving.
Right. Okay. So you feel then that there's something that you have to live up to, and if you don't live up to that, then you're failing? Is
yeah.
that
In a
what you're
way,
saying?
It's
in a
possible.
way, it's possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because things are expected of you,
Yeah,
Yes,
and if you
exactly.
feel that you can't match that expectation, that you may have failed.
Yeah,
yeah.
so you
I mean,
have to
Okay.
strive every day to live up to that expectation.
Uh-huh. And that's hard work,
sadly,
isn't it? Living up to somebody's
yeah.
expectation.
Yeah, it's hard work though. It
Yeah,
is.
Even
it's
if you
hard
even if
work.
you get close, the bar just keeps going higher. There's really
Okay.
never an end to it. So as a
And
man, the
what
only
makes the bar higher then, Tommy?
because if you look at the life of a man from birth, you talk about parents, you talk about society, you talk about even schools, institutions. There's just so much expectation from birth till the man dies. So actually, the only time a man genuinely gets to rest is when he rests in peace finally. That's why I see a lot of them just using the window out, committing suicide and all of that. Because there's really no rest. And like I said, the more you get closer, the more the bar goes higher. So it's just an unending cycle. That's it, basically. It's crazy being a man, you
And
know.
do you think it's different between different cultures?
Yeah, but to an
Yeah.
extent, I still believe that first perception, I mean, from creation or whatever angle we would be looking at it from, regardless of cultural differences and all that, there is still so much expectation on the male child. And I'm not sure there would ever be a time there's going to be a balance.
And do you think that would be more expectation on the first male child, the older male child?
Or being the first male child is even worse. Or maybe not really, because for some families, it's really not about who the first is. It's about who's more responsibility oriented, right? There are just people who want to like make sure everyone is fine, everything is going on well, and all of that. I mean, not generalizing again, but most times the reason a man is working so hard isn't even about himself. It's about family, it's about the kids and all of that. You know, he comes last on the list, you know, so that's more like his own pressure from family, from friends, from the society, from institutions, from his workplace, and all of that. So culturally, even when people are not saying it, or even when a different thing is written in white and black, the reality still remains up here we all just know at the back of our minds that you just have to be a man. You know, there's always that try to be a man thing, and that's
But I
like a lot
think
of
from what you're
pressure.
saying, you see, you're putting the pressure on yourself because you think that's what's expected of you.
And now, this is where you can't blame the men for putting that pressure on themselves because, like I said from start, it begins at birth, right? There is already that preferential treatment that men do not get to enjoy from birth. And regardless of culture, because I mean, I've read about these things across, you know, and I've been like in places where there's supposed
My
to be a
brother.
balance too, you know. So the
All
truth
things.
still remains from
Miss
when you're
Gibbs.
born, there is
I
the
think so.
pressure from your parents, first of all. There is pressure from the next institution, which is your school.
Yes, we got for
The
science.
pressure just keeps building up. So it's really not about you. You just grow into it. It's like asking you to get into a room you naturally would not want to get into, and you just have to find a way to exist.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Let's just move on. I'm just going to show you a little bit about the I tell you something, this is really playing up today, and I do apologize. So looking at youth mental health, we briefly mentioned youth mental health, and it may be that you're actually supporting people who are, you know, young and they have poor mental health. In 2020, 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 16 were identified as having a probable mental health problem, a significant increase from 1 in 9 in 2017. And the rates of self-harm among young women have tripled since 1993, with 25.7% of women aged 16 to 24 reporting self-harm in their lifetime. 1 in 6 children aged 5 to 16 are having a probable mental health problem. What possibly could be impacting that? Because that's a lot of children, isn't it? What's going on in the world where that's causing that to happen?
Some people say it's vaccination.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
You're not
Too
of the
many
Trump
vaccine.
camp, are you there, UFO? With Trump saying yesterday, don't take a paracetamol when you're pregnant, it'll give your child autism. Okay. I think a lot of this stems from extended families, marriages breaking down, you know, partners finding new partners, there are already children involved. Just because partners have got new partners doesn't mean necessarily that the children are going to get on. And we see a lot of that, particularly within this age group, where children today are struggling as to where they fit in.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the major issues with that there. So when we talk about treatment and support, particularly for these children, 35% of 18 to 25-year-olds reported an emotional mental health difficulty that do not seek any form of help, either formal or informal help. They don't. 22% of people who were surveyed said that really the barriers to treatment for them, that was the perceived stigma, was the most significant barrier to accessing mental health care. And there's only 1 in 8 adults currently with a mental health problem that are receiving treatment. So is there a stigma? Do you agree there's a stigma?
Yes, there is.
There is. Why?
I mean,
Nobody wants that label.
nobody wants to be seen as being unwell mentally. I mean, people who accept you.
But there's not a stigma between physically unwell.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So there is a stigma, and there shouldn't be a stigma, and we need to break down stigma.
Mm-hmm.
I think over recent times, we've seen adverts on the television where particularly celebrities and male celebrities in particular have come forward and say, you know, it's okay to talk about your mental health. But do you guys talk about your mental health? And most of you are men here. When you go out and you meet with your friends, what do you talk about?
I can tell you 100% that they don't talk about mental health.
Talk about football. Talk about women. Talk about sports. politics,
Yeah.
but we never remember to talk about our mental health.
You never talk about mental health. Why not?
No, rarely.
Okay, what do you mean women?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, because we don't even think we have mental health challenges though.
You know, because I know when you get a group of women together, they'll talk, oh, do you know, I feel this and I feel that and I wish I didn't have that. And they're quite open talking about their mental health.
Yeah,
So
but
do you think, is this, go
you know,
on.
this whole sorry to cut you. You know, this whole mental health topic is strange to us from Africa. To be fair, that is it's strange to us that we even think about having mental health challenges though, since we think we are normal. Because we have different, or before now we had a different idea of what mental health is all about. We don't just think it's reasonable to sit down and talk about our mental health because we think we are okay, even though we're going through a lot, but we just believe we are fine.
I mean,
Nobody wants to admit that vulnerability.
Yeah.
I think that's an important part, isn't it? They don't want to seem vulnerable.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you can't cope or you need help.
Yeah, because
it makes you feel inadequate somehow.
Okay. No, I mean, and I'm glad now because you're speaking to me honestly about this.
if you tell your group of male friends you're having mental health problems, trust me, you'll become a laughing stock.
I agree.
You know, we have offensive sense of humor sometimes. Your friend might start calling you a madman.
Yes.
Like, the
thing in Africa is.
So do you think that then is typical of most black people or just black men?
Most black people, actually.
Black people.
Well,
yeah, because I think there's lots of women, aren't they, that don't come forward.
Amongst a lot of black people, especially black African men, most times a problem shared becomes a problem broadcasted. So a man generally doesn't want to show weakness talking to another man about his problems. He just tries to find a way out so it doesn't become a topic of national concern.
Right. Could you not speak to your wife? Would you speak to your wife if you were feeling...
Kathy, can you imagine me telling
sometimes
Annie that I have mental health problem? Annie will call me a madman in the church anyway.
You haven't even told me that.
Even without...
Imagine even telling me.
I was just about saying it, that even without telling, it's already the case. So imagine admitting to it. It becomes.
But I think it's important, isn't it, that the women do support you.
Yeah, let me comment on that.
A lot of women might
hang
not
on, let Bassy talk because he hasn't said anything yet. Carry on.
Let me comment on in that part where you have to discuss with your wife.
Yeah.
You know, we men, most times we feel that we can handle most of these things alone. And the women get more bothered and disturbed about most of those things. And at times I feel that some discussions, or when you happen to share certain concerns with your partner, she gets more bothered or more disturbed about the whole situation. And you don't want to find her in that state. So you choose to handle these things alone, keep it to yourself, rather than put her in a state where she's even more uncomfortable. Because when she's uncomfortable, you get more disturbed, you know, at the end of the day. So you want to handle it alone.
Rolls over.
Yeah.
So what would you do then if you needed support or help? What would you do?
You look for a way to solve your problem yourself.
Get a bottle of gin. What else?
Sometimes
tell us that way out, please. Tell us that way out.
I can't answer all your problems.
Get a bottle of whiskey.
You have to look for a way to solve your problem.
It's your problem, not mine.
Yeah.
Now, can I say something?
Yes.
That phrase is the reason a lot of persons do not talk about their problems.
It's your problem, not
mine. They already have it in mind that at the end of the day,
it's
my problem. It's not your problem. And truthfully, a lot of the persons you go to talk to, they actually make you believe that the problem is your problem and not theirs. So they just believe you would find a way out. And when it's time to have fun and celebrate your victory, you can always come back to them. Sadly.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I think when we're saying here on this bottom one here, only 1 in 8 adults with a mental health problem currently receive treatment, is because the other 7 don't seek treatment. They try to deal with it themselves.
Don't drive the lights.
Yeah.
I think it's like 1 in 10, not even 1 in 8.
Okay. You think it's more than that? Yeah.
I think it's more than that. Yeah.
Okay. Fair comment. What makes you think that?
I mean, because of all we've said here, a lot of people don't even realize they have a problem. A lot of people know they do, but don't want to share.
Okay.
A lot of people just feel like a lot of people don't want to share because of the main
because of the
issues we
Stigmatization.
because of
discussed
the
here,
stigma.
the stigma and all that. So yeah, I think it's the number is quite high. It's a bit higher than 1 in 8.
It could well be higher than that. If people don't come forward, then they don't come part of the statistics, do they?
I mean, I think even on this training, a lot of people here could have issues, but nobody will say anything.
Okay, and they don't need to say anything, because at the end there's going to be signposted to places that can help you.
Exactly.
So I don't need to know. All I need, I'm here to tell you where you can go and get help if you need to. You don't need to tell me anything.
I'm glad Oko is here. He will get the link.
Everybody.
You see,
Right.
you see
Depression. What is depression? What do you understand about depression?
It's just a state of mind where I mean, it's different things to different people, to start with. Yeah, but it's generally a state of mind with time. For a lot of persons, it just comes when they feel they have been defeated. Maybe life is not going the way they plan. Timelines are not met. General life pressures.
So it's just
anxiety.
a struggle to do everything, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's just different things to different persons, basically. Yeah.
So we can see depression is a mental disorder characterized by feelings of sadness, anxiety, hopelessness, and many other psychological and physical symptoms. So even though people could be mentally depressed, they can also develop physical symptoms. You have to remember that your mental health and your physical health are very much interlinked. If you have poor physical health, you're likely to have poor mental health, and vice versa. Depression can affect people of all ages, genders, and backgrounds. It's not something that's just for the white British woman. It can affect everybody from everywhere. In any given, sorry, go on.
It's okay, Kathy. Sorry, go on.
In any given week, 1 in 6 adults in the UK experiences a common mental health problem, such as depression or anxiety. Women are more likely to report experiencing some form of depression in the UK. And again, we say they're about 16 to 20 years and most likely to experience some form of depression. Disabled adults are 5 times more likely than non-disabled adults to experience some form of depression in the UK. It's not just, you were talking about how African men, struggle on their own and they don't want to feel that they can't cope. It's very much similar with British men. We've only really seen the change recently in maybe the last 5 years or so, where men actually get involved in things like looking after baby, feeding baby, changing nappies. When both my children were small, okay, they're 27 and 33 now, my husband wouldn't have dreamt of changing the nappy or doing anything like that, or showing any sort of emotion at all. We have this sort of stiff upper lip mentality where we'll soldier on no matter what. And unfortunately, we've seen that then results in things that we don't want to happen. What about anxiety? What is anxiety?
It's like worry.
Yeah, anxiety. Is it just me and you left? Is everybody else gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Anxiety is a feeling of fear, worry, or general unease that we all get from time to time, be it when we go for a job interview or our first day at school. And if these feelings persist or are so extreme that they considerably affect normal life, you could have an anxiety disorder. Okay, and the ridiculous things about anxiety really is that people don't know why they feel anxious. They have no idea why they feel anxious. And when they do, they're worrying about something that might never happen. But to them, it's a very real thing. Let's talk about stress. What is stress? Everybody's disappeared now. What is stress?
I mean, exhaustion.
Do you suffer from stress? Okay, Tommy, do you suffer from stress?
Yeah, obviously.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay, what makes you
in light
stressed?
of Yeah, could be work, could be emotional stress, could be fear of the unknown, uncertainty, could be a lot of
Okay.
things. Yeah. So,
So
but
you would
then,
say that you are somebody who suffers from stress.
yeah, most definitely.
Okay, that's good. What about anybody else here? Andy, would you suffer from stress?
I do from time to time, yeah.
Yeah. I think we all do from time to time. And
Yeah.
actually, sometimes we need a bit of stress to actually motivate us to get going.
When I'm stressing about money.
Yeah, well, we're all stressing about money. Have I got enough money to pay my bills?
Because of what wouldn't bloody give me some.
Okay.
I think I'm one of the most stressed person. I'm always very stressed.
Are
For some
you?
reason.
What makes you, why are you very stressed?
I don't know. Everything stresses me out.
He has a mental health problem.
Even when I'm watching football, I get so stressed when I'm watching football for some
Is that
reason.
when your team's not winning?
And like last night, my wife was telling me, should we just turn off the TV? I said, no, let's continue watching. But I just get very,
She said, I
stressed.
can see you getting all worked up over it. Okay.
So now I'm being stressed about a cause and mental health now.
Why is all called object of caricature in this meeting?
So it's really quite important. You know, when you're working as part of a team, it's really quite important actually that you can recognize maybe stress in other people.
But just try and walk away.
Some people don't know that.
So how would you recognize stress in other people, do you think?
Tommy stresses me a lot.
Does he?
Oh.
You know, even when we're hanging out, it stresses me a lot. Just saying it, I'm very honest right now.
Okay, now you know, Tommy.
Yeah. I'm going to have a meeting with him after this one.
Just try to think though about how you might recognize in one of your teammates that they were stressed. What might be different about them that you might think, oh, they're not right?
I mean, if they're coming to work in the morning, or if I see them and they're not their usual bubbly self, they're not as
excited as they used to be.
Excited or taxi as they would normally be. Maybe they're not just, or maybe they're just slack at work that day. They're not putting in as much effort as they would.
So a change in character is what you're saying, isn't it?
I'm like, are you okay? Is everything all right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and what else might they be doing if they've had a change in character? Is there anything particular that you guys do differently when you're stressed?
I think
take a break when you're stressed.
No, I think we're both. I would say if I'm stressed, I'm very irritable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So short-tempered, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
You probably feel people are checking up on you, even when you're
edgy,
just when you're doing your job, but they're doing their job. But you feel, why are you watching me all the time?
I get very short fuse, and I can blow up anytime.
Okay. And when you're blown up, there, is it gone, or is it still there?
It doesn't go.
It's still there. It's still there.
It's still there.
It never goes. Yeah.
Okay.
I get stressed when I'm hungry.
When you're hungry?
I get everything irritates me. Get angry. That's for me. When I'm hungry, I like everything annoys me.
Yeah. Because you can't get to your food.
At that moment, I probably will not realize it's because of the hunger, or maybe because I need to eat food. But when I get food and I eat, I feel like I'm better now. I feel more relaxed. So over time, I got to realize that when I'm hungry, I need to avoid talking to people, doing things with people. I just have to get food or something to eat, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, seriously, not a joke.
You need to have some Mars bars in your office drawer then, just so you've always got something handy.
I was very
the trouble is, if that was me, they'd all be gone, so they have to keep eating them.
I think he needs to work in a restaurant as well.
Yeah, maybe. For me, I get stressed when I'm going somewhere, particularly if I'm going training somewhere where maybe I haven't been before, and I don't know where I'm going to park my car, and I don't know where I'm going. I can feel myself getting worked up the closer I get to the venue. And it's usually for nothing, because there's a car park right there and it's not a problem. But I've spent the journey there worrying about, where am I going to park the car? How am I going to get all my stuff in? So, yeah. What do you guys do to relieve your stress?
Eat food.
Whiskey.
Well, I try to sleep. Yeah.
Cool. What do you do?
I try to just sleep.
You sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know, people who
Yeah,
are very
so I'm saying
depressed
something.
or very stressed, they do see pills.
Kat, you didn't ask me. You didn't ask what I do. Can I
What
tell
do
you
you
mine?
do? Yes, of
Am I allowed
course.
to say it?
Of course.
We know what you
Oh, I
do.
don't know. Maybe not.
We know what you do.
Just say it.
We know what you do. Naughty man.
Is it clean? Can you say it in front of
It cannot be
everybody
clean,
here?
Kathy. Don't just allow him say it. We
Again,
know.
I think
Oh,
again,
Don't
this
let
is
him
in the
say
right
it.
Sebastian is talking
terminology, you can
about
actually
Please
say
don't
it.
let him say it. Please.
I think you should just say it. Who knows? I think you should say it.
He might
But
change his
it's
mind because something else,
I
but we
think
know
we've
what
got
you
we're
the
do.
all
message
adults.
here.
Like, yeah, we're all adults. Like, we all do the same
We
thing,
are
isn't it?
001.
No,
Yeah.
speak for yourself, please.
Say the same thing.
That's a
but you can't say it.
significant number.
Going back to stress. More people are off stress now. There's up to, I can't remember the exact figures, but it's something like more than 60% people now who are off work with stress. Bad backs are something like 35%, and then 25%
Yeah,
or
001.
15% are other things. So it is the biggest thing keeping people off work, stress. Okay, so you do need to recognize it in yourself. You know, also think, you know, you do a job that can be stressful, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, stress is a natural response, and it's probably more common than you think. A UK-wide survey found that 74% of adults have felt so stressed at some point over the past year that they have felt overwhelmed or unable to cope. We talk about gender differences. In the same survey, 81% of women reported feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope due to stress, compared to 67% of men. They are high figures, aren't they, of people who are suffering from stress?
Yeah, that's really high.
It's really high. And in the years 2023-24, an estimated 776,000 workers in Britain suffering from work-related stress, depression, or anxiety. What about, let's just talk about some physical symptoms that people have then. What physical symptoms might be, if people are anxious or they're stressed, what type of physical symptoms might they have? Do you have any physical symptoms when you're stressed?
Breakout. You have some spot on your face.
Yeah.
Loss of weight due to loss of appetite.
Okay, so you think people don't eat when they're stressed, unless you're UFO because you're just eating all the time because he's stressed.
UFO is a different animal.
Okay. I think it's not uncommon for people, you know, a lot of the common symptoms, physical symptoms that people have would be headaches, muscle tension, pain, even chest pain. They can feel tired, changes in their sex drive, maybe not Bassy, I don't know. Chronic stress.
I feel I'm targeted now.
No, not at all. Chronic stress can contribute to the development of mental health problems such as anxiety and depression.
Okay.
And almost a third of people had experienced suicidal thoughts or feelings because of stress. I really hope that none of you feel suicidal.
I hope Okpa doesn't.
Okay, let's. Health and well-being. So this is what I was just reading to you then about stress contributing to that. If you need non-urgent support, so there are lots of places that you can go to get help and support. That's better. You've moved on my screen. So you can start with your GP. You can speak to your local GP about your mental health and get a referral to other NHS services. I have to stress at this point, though, that only 25% of GPs have actually had any sort of mental health training. So they're more likely just to give you some antidepressants.
Any sort of
Yeah.
So that, you know, there is that thing. NHS talking services.
Sweet Curry
You can often self-refer to these services for anxiety and depression. Okay, so all you need to do is look up the NHS talking services.
Tommy, please
your
mute
mic.
yourself.
Mute
Tommy,
yourself,
please mute
please.
yourself.
I've muted him now, or I've tried to mute him. I can't mute him. There you go. Okay, so NHS talking services, you can Google them and you can self-refer to these services for anxiety and depression. There is sometimes quite a long waiting list, so that can be a problem. We also have this, what we call Hub of Hope. Now, this national charity is called Chasing the Stigma and allows you to search for local mental health charities and services in your area. Okay, so you go onto the Hub of Hope website and you put in your postcode or your local town and it will tell you of support groups available in your area. Mind and Mind Wales. You've probably all heard of Mind. It's a prominent mental health charity in England and Wales, and it has comprehensive information, services and advice on mental health issues. They run campaigns to challenge stigma, promote acceptance and improve mental health legislation and services. And they offer support through national and local branches. So provide support to individuals experiencing mental health problems, connecting them with resources and a safe space to talk. Okay, so these are all important places. Now, there's also lots of apps out there designed to help you with your day-to-day well-being. And there are many, many apps, and it's for you to really look at them and see which ones might be helpful for you. They are some that can help you understand your mood better, learn to practice new coping skills, connect with other people. Sometimes it's quite beneficial to connect with other people from without your circle of your peer group, but just other people who may be having the same symptoms as you. Some help you with relaxation, mindfulness and sleeping better, and some might help you to manage your feelings of anger or stress or sadness. And many are free or very, very low cost, and you can be in control of how and where you use them. There is a warning about apps though. There are so much choice and it can feel very overwhelming. And all apps and app stores aren't always checked for quality. So things that might concern you is, will they handle your data safely and responsibly? Is it effective at doing what it claims? And is it reliable over time? So what I would suggest that apps accessed through the Mind website are all safe. They're all safe to use. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about apps?
No. Sorry, Kat. Sometimes you say things that we don't respond because our mics are muted.
That's okay. Have you got something you want to say or not?
No, fine.
No? Okay. Rethink is also another place that you can go for help. And it's Rethink actually in brackets mental illness. The main role of them is to get equality, fair treatment and maximum quality of life for those severely affected by mental illness. So they're the leading charity for people with serious conditions like schizophrenia and bipolar. But they do offer very practical help guides based on what's worked for other people. And every year they've got a diverse range of information and support, helps tens of thousands of people get through crises. They live independently and feel that they don't have to face mental health alone. This is quite a good one if you've not heard of this one before. It's not a crisis point or a suicide line, but it is a site only for adults. And it's anonymous chat line, so it's free. And it connects you with volunteers who've been there too. So people who've been through stress, depression, anxiety, and they truly understand what you're going through and are ready to listen without any judgment. So when you don't know who to talk to somebody who gets it. So My Black Dog, if you just Google it, it comes up straight away with information there about it. If you need to talk to somebody now, at this particular moment in time, you can call the Samaritans on this number here, and they will give you a free confidential chat with someone who can listen to you. You can also ring NHS 111. If you need urgent help for your mental health, get advice from NHS 111 online or by calling 111, so you can actually speak to somebody. And emergency services. If you or someone else is in danger, call 999 or go to A&E immediately. There is also Childline for children. The service is free, confidential and available 24 hours a day for anyone under the age of 19. You might know somebody who's suffering, you can pass this information on to them. There's a one-to-one counsellor chat where they can talk privately to a counsellor online or actually by speaking to somebody. You can also email them for support, and they have a message board part of their website that young people can chat on a message board. Self-help, practical things that you can do. Connect with others. Talk to a trusted friend or family member about how you're feeling. If you can't do that, but you do want to chat, go back to one of the other ones that I've told you about. I will give Ufo a copy of this presentation that he can share with you for these helplines if you need them, or if you want to pass them on to other people. Self-care again, explore tips on Every Mind Matters website for practical advice on improving your well-being, and engage in enjoyable activities. Try simple things like meeting friends for coffee, taking a bath or pursuing a hobby. Lots of people tell me that they go to the gym to relieve their stress. The thought of going to this gym gives me stress, but each to their own. And then finally, there are some informations here for Anxiety UK. You can call, you can text, or you can go to their website. There's a campaign against living miserably, known as CALM, and that provides a helpline, online and WhatsApp chat, as well as information and support for anyone affected by suicide or having suicidal thoughts. And, oh, sorry, the bottom here, cruise bereavement. So information for people who need support after a bereavement. Do you have any questions? Anybody got any questions? Nothing at all?
No.
I'm just going to take a screenshot so that I know who's here. I'm not doing anything untoward with it, don't worry. Just so that we know who's attended today.
Okay.
Ufo, anything else that you want to talk about, mention?
No, for now, I think everything is covered.
Okay.
Kathy, you know, as Africans, the most pressing problem we have is money. So when we have mental health challenge, our mental health challenge sometimes center around money. So when you say call this number for help, and we don't
I
get
don't think they're going to give you £10,000.
So
You all benefited from your bounce back loans and then closed your businesses down and didn't have to pay it back.
Oh. So how much will they give?
Well, it's too late now, isn't it?
no, is there any help we can get financially if we have this problem?
You have to work hard to get your money like everybody
my point
else.
is, if you have like back home, you have somebody like your parents who need help, maybe they have
black tax.
See, we don't
it's killing
necessarily.
us.
Is that what you call it, black tax, when you send money home to your families?
Yeah.
Now, you
Okay.
really wouldn't understand. It's not just about sending money home. It's deeper than that. I mean, you have a
Billing.
full community to take care of.
It's called
Not
billing.
just family.
Why
Yeah.
would I not understand?
Because it's a lot of persons, friends, family, enemies, relatives, everybody. They just want to share of it.
You're not
So
just responsible for your nuclear family, extended
it's,
as well.
Well,
it's
let me
so
tell
deep.
you, when I was married to my last husband, it sounds like I've had lots. I've had two, that's all.
Okay, nice.
I've managed to kill off 3 people. My first husband committed suicide. The second long-term partner died of a very rare cancer. And the third one dropped dead in the middle of the night with a heart attack with a blood clot.
that's
What
why
We
I
weren't
stopped.
together. We
That's
were
why I
already
stopped my course
divorced at
on
happened
that
him.
in
point.
night?
Oh dear.
But we were already divorced at that point, so it's okay. So I'm not looking for any more men now. However,
That is why I'm backing
when
off.
I lived, no, I understand what you say about extended families, because when my second husband was from Tunisia, and we very much had to send money back for them. And when he died, they were all looking for me for money, and we've been divorced 4 years, but they still wanted me to provide them with money.
It's
So I
called
do
pension.
understand what you say
Your
about
family, your
extended
full family.
families.
It's pension.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, if nobody has any more questions, we are finished. If you haven't had your tea, you can go and have your tea. You'd be glad.
What if you don't have money for the tea? It's part
That
of the
was
reason
very
for
Oh, well, I'm very
depression.
sorry then. Maybe you need to go and sit on a street corner and start singing.
Kathy, I
Oh,
want to
bad
commend you.
change.
That was a very interesting conversation and very engaging, though.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I want,
Thanks
you
so
know,
much.
the whole point is to get people talking, isn't it?
Yes, and then I really enjoyed it, though. Thank you very
Good.
much.
Good. And you missed your football as well.
No, it's fine.
I'm
He's
sure
gonna
it's
get stressed now.
Now I know.
Do you
I'm sure
Thanks.
it's
follow rugby?
No, it's too.
You don't. So you won't be watching the England women's rugby final then on
Yeah,
Sunday or whenever, Saturday or
Mhm.
Sunday?
I didn't even know about
Okay.
it, but I might like to watch it, though, since it's the
Okay.
final.
Well, I watched the semi-final last weekend when they played against France, and I thought they were going to lose. I was stressed. I'm there. It's only me in the house, and I'm shouting at the television.
Kathy, I discovered that most British women love rugby because they like the strong man with the bum.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I have to say that when
Like
you
a
go to a
sauna.
rugby match, it's not the same as going to a football match.
Bossy.
Because a lady told me that rugby players have nice bum, so they just like watching the bum.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they
But
wear
the
very
top end
fitted
isn't always that
things.
nice, is it?
Mm.
You know, with the cauliflower ears and the smashed in face and all the scars.
Oh dear.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for participating.
We don't want to go,
Um,
Kathy. We want to stay
You
on.
don't want to go. What do you want to
Yeah,
talk
we-
about now then, Uncle? What should we talk about now?
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about.
You know, this session is being recorded. Come on.